We love our badass characters in anime, but that reveal is all the more sweeter when everyone seriously underestimates our main character. Taking a look and thinking nothing much until things get serious and we realize just how insanely powerful and crazy strong our MC really is. Welcome back to Animeology, as we take a very close look at some of the very best new anime series around. A brilliant anime series with a seriously underestimated main character that turns out to be an absolute badass. Number 10. Maoyu. A fantastic series, starting off as an extremely successful manga series, and then finally seeing a highly anticipated anime release. Maoyu brings together some exceptional world building and lore, and it wraps it up all together into one of the most brilliant anime series that we've ever seen. Set in a world that is torn apart by an epic battle between humans and demons. Humanity's greatest warrior has actually managed to infiltrate the castle of the Demon King, and aims at destroying the leader of the demons. When the hero is inside, he learns that the Demon King is in fact a Demon Queen, but instead of battling her, the two make a deal and forge an alliance. The two agree that suddenly ending the war would be a lot worse than actually having it continue. That without a war, humans and demons would end up fighting among themselves. The two start to make a plan, and aim to bring peace and prosperity to both humans and demons alike. Number 9. Infinite Dendrogram. A brilliant series that looks to deliver one of the most polished video game isekai anime series that we have ever come across. Infinite Dendrogram is set in the near future, 2043, with the release of an epic video game known as Infinite Dendrogram. This game sets itself far above the rest, with its ability to perfectly simulate the senses of every single player: sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste. We follow Reiji Mukudori under the in-game name of Ray Starling. He gets signed up for the epic game and is joined by his more experienced brother, Shu. The game begins to really explore the world of Infinite Dendrogram, and have some absolutely insane adventures across the world, meeting a number of awesome friends and foes. You wouldn't expect it, but Reiji is actually a legitimate badass, having lost his arm in battle, but still able to win the fight. The entire world of Infinite Dendrogram knows this legendary warrior, and they've nicknamed him the Unbreakable. Number 8. A Certain Scientific Accelerator. An interesting combination of science fiction and the supernatural. This is an anime series that is definitely a little harder to get into. With a very rich and descriptive backstory, this is an anime world that you definitely want to immerse yourself into. The series itself is a spin-off from the extremely popular Certain Magical Index series. The entire world is filled with supernatural abilities and shadowy organizations, with a rich and interwoven storyline. A Certain Scientific Accelerator chooses to focus on one of the most powerful supernatural beings in the entire city, and tells us an epic tale that has us glued to our seats. Following closely after an epic battle from another series, our hero Accelerator is now dragged into a new conflict against a mysterious and secretive organization that is on the hunt for a young girl. It is up to Accelerator and his new companion, Esther Rosenthal, to protect their city and its inhabitants while attempting to thwart the insane plans of this shadow organization. Number 7. Kaiji. A phenomenal anime series that chooses to focus on the seriously underrepresented world of gambling. An extremely suspenseful series, whereas most anime gambling shows tend to make things more exciting and less realistic. Kaiji often enjoys the gritty reality of life that has led to many years of success as an anime and manga series. We follow Kaiji Aito, finishing high school and moving to Tokyo in order to get a new job. But the country has no opportunities due to the ending of World War II, and Kaiji thus starts to waste his life away. Cheap pranks, gambling, liqueur, and cigarettes. Always worried about money and severely in debt. The story kicks off when a loan shark follows him and looks to collect the debt that he owes. Kaiji is given two options: either spend 10 years repaying the money owed, or spend one night on an elite gambling ship and pay off the debt in one single night. Turns out that Kaiji is an extremely gifted gambler, and thus begins his journey into the awesomely stylish, yet often scary world of underground gambling. Number 6. Inuyashiki. It is an unbelievably rare opportunity to come across an anime series quite like this one. A science fiction and superhero anime, and not for the faint of heart, with its heavy focus on body horror. We meet Inuyashiki Ichiro, a older man with literally no friends, and a completely uncaring family. In an empty park one day, Ichiro is struck by a huge explosion from outer space. Although he appears human from the outside, his body is actually completely replaced by an extremely powerful mechanical body. We soon start to learn just how insanely powerful Ichiro really is. Our MC decides to dedicate his life to being good and helping as many people as he can around him, using his newfound powers to heal those with incurable diseases and even fight off crime. But at the same time, we meet a teenager that has been blessed with the exact same powers. But instead of doing good, he's a psychopath that likes to hurt people. From his classmates that annoy him to innocent families and young children, just for his amusement. This guy is the most wanted criminal in the country, and the only one that can stop him is our seriously underestimated badass Ichiro. Number 5. Tatoeba Last Dungeon. A brilliant adventure comedy series that's set across an awesome fantasy world, with a brilliant core backstory, with the perfect setup for some excellent adventures with some interesting characters. This series got some great spins on some classic anime tropes. Our MC goes by the name of Lloyd Belladonna, considered a weakling in his hometown that can't even perform basic jobs. He is driven and determined to serve his kingdom and joins up with the army and aims to become a soldier for his kingdom's army. But soon we learn that his hometown is actually located in the most dangerous region in the world, and that he is in fact insanely powerful and not a weakling at all. Kind and generous, eager to help, and unbelievably humble. He is more than just a great fighter, but is also really good at cooking and cleaning. But what sets Lloyd apart from most MCs is that he cannot be convinced of his own true power. A seriously underestimated badass that soon meets up with an interesting crew of his own, and is then soon dragged into an epic fantasy tale that you should definitely check out for yourself. Number 4. Needless. A fantastic action series set against an awesome scientific world. Needless should be definitely considered to be a modern classic for a number of reasons. Set in the year 2130, around 50 years after the horrific World War III, leaving huge craters in the nuclear fallout. One of these is in Tokyo, the Black Spot, a huge crater that is filled with contaminated rubble and is one of the many black spots all over Japan. These black spots are soon filled with outcasted members of society, and due to this contamination, they begin to gain a number of strange and powerful abilities. Our MC, Adam Blade, yes, that is actually his name, and that is seriously badass. Well, he's got insane levels of strength and impressive levels of healing. But his only flaw? His attraction to cute young girls. An anime series that definitely doesn't take itself too seriously. We recommend that you check out Needless. Number 3. Gleipnir. A supernatural thriller series with a focus on action and horror. It is really rare to come across an anime watch that is even close to this one. Seriously overlooked, this is an anime series that requires your attention. We follow Shuichi Kageya, a seemingly average high schooler that actually has the ability to transform into a giant dog, with a huge pistol attached. Shuichi actually gains the physical abilities of a peak human in this strange dog form, and is then able to get even stronger when paired with another. Although seemingly fun and carefree on the surface, Gleipnir is a series that is not afraid to tackle some of the heavier emotional parts of life. Things like depression, rejection, and even suicide all get addressed and discussed throughout the series. Definitely an anime quite unlike anything else you've ever seen. Do yourself a favor and check this one out. Number 2. Under One Person. A brilliant fantasy action comedy series. This combination of Chinese and Japanese creation really sets the bar for what the future of anime really could look like. We follow Cho Soran, a seemingly normal college student that visits his small hometown village and then pays his respects at his grandfather's grave. Whilst walking through the graveyard, Cho is attacked by a group of zombies and a mysterious girl with a knife. After narrowly escaping the zombies, we soon learn that Soran is the last remaining survivor of an elite martial arts technique that his grandfather taught him. Known as Kitaigen, there are a number of martial arts groups around the world that are desperately searching for the secrets of this technique. The series itself starts off slowly, and then it begins to unravel the real history behind Cho's grandfather and the mysterious girl that saved him. Number 1. 7 Senses of the Reunion. A brilliant fantasy series that is quite unlike any other. Seeing a huge level of success as a light novel before finally being turned into a seriously brilliant anime series. This series brings some innovative changes to the classic isekai-type video game series. Set in 2034, we learn of the extremely popular video game known as Union, ruled by a group of legendary players that were all school friends. One day, one of the friends actually has a heart attack and then dies. The video game itself is blamed and then quickly shut down. The story kicks off around 6 years later with a new game being released. Extremely similar to the original, Haruto Amo, our MC, logs back in and finds his friend that died 6 years ago, still in the video game world. Haruto brings together the original group of friends back together once more, and then they unravel the true mystery of what is exactly going on here.